Hey everybody, it's Jim with a Rainy Friday video, and I am at our headquarters for security and custodial work. And in just a minute, we're going to talk with Chris about his experience. Before we get to that, remember our 4 core values: respect, integrity, commitment, innovation. And I've got those memorized, fortunately, because I can't read words backwards, and that's the way it appears to me in this video. But let me just talk for a minute about respect, because that's such an important component of what we do. And I was talking to somebody not too long ago about respect and how people want to be respected, and we want to give respect to people, even if it doesn't have to be somebody superior to us. It could be, somebody that's working with us, somebody that is assisting us, could be a customer, could be a donor. Everybody wants to be respected, and that's why it's on our core values, and you'll notice it's at the top. So I think it's foundational to everything we do. So thanks for showing respect, giving respect, no matter what situation you're in. I was trying to think about a couple things to mention to you. I signed a contract this morning for us to do security for all the Crest stores, the grocery stores, in the metro area. That's a big deal. And so first of all, shout outs to Chris and Joe, who've worked really hard to get that contract. There's been multiple meetings and lots of back and forth trying to make sure the contract's right. So we signed it today, we're sending it over. We start February 1st. So that leads me to my second point that I want to talk to you about, which is referrals. Hopefully you know that if you refer somebody to be hired by a Goodwill, you get paid for that. They stick 90 days. You get some extra money. So ask your supervisor, your store manager. We especially need security officers right now. So if you know somebody that's interested in doing that, it'd be great if they're CLEAT certified. There's a $500 bonus if they're already CLEAT certified. If they're not CLEAT certified, we can get them certified, but we need those folks. So get on the phone, check out people that you know that are looking for work, and if they would be interested in unarmed security, we've got positions. Okay, well, let's get to Chris. Chris is in our security area. He's been working with us, how long, Chris?
A little over 2 years.
Okay. So he's done lots of different things, but he is about to assume responsibility as, I don't know what the title is, supervisor?
Security manager.
Security manager. So he's going to be the guy in charge of not just the Crest contract coming up, but all of our security sites. Lots of people. Is it 100? Do we have
Well, that's for all of contract services. Security itself, I have about 72 officers under me right now.
Okay, 72 officers, and the uniforms are great. There's talk about giving respect to people. It's a uniform that prompts people to treat our officers respectfully. Hopefully all the time, maybe not all the time, but they look good, they're sharp, they're reliable. So I'll just throw out there, you probably don't mind me saying, if you know somebody that needs security, a client, a store manager somewhere, send them to us.
Or even construction, someone's building a house, they need security as well.
Yeah, we've done construction sites a lot. So, well, Chris, let me get to you. Tell us a little bit more about you and how you got to Goodwill.
Well, born and raised in Texas, went to the Army when I turned 18, deployed once. After that, a little back and forth, different jobs. And then about 2022, through Veteran Services, I got in contact with the Goodwill security manager at the time, and I've been working here since.
Yeah, and security, maybe I'd explain a little bit, what do our officers typically do? Because we think about, people guarding banks against bank robbers. What kind of things do our security officers do?
Mainly it's observe and report. If something's going wrong, you report it, make sure there's no major water leaks at a facility. keep any vagrants off of property or destruction of property, make sure no one's stealing anything, and just make sure everyone's safe in the buildings.
Yeah, that's great. And security is becoming more of an issue, particularly with theft going up. Construction sites are getting hit. We do some work for Dale Rogers Training Center, and their vehicles were getting the catalytic converter stolen. People would get in there under the car and just cut it out. I guess they resell it, but we've been able to help them. All right. So in the 2 years you've been here, there's probably things that you've really enjoyed. What would you say is the best thing about your job?
Well, the best thing about my job is working for Chris Bachman, really. He's a great VP. But just meeting people and making connections, and that's really it.
Yeah,
it's the people making yeah, it's the people.
Yeah,
and keeping people safe.
Yeah, that's great. I was just talking to a store manager, Scott Graves, and we were talking about what it takes to really make a store run well. And I said, it's great to have great fixtures and a great location and all that, but it starts with people. And that's part of the rationale behind our employee first culture. It always begins with people. And so your relationships, it's important what you do in your job, but the most important thing is how do you get along with other people? And that's why we've got those values: treat people with respect, treat them with integrity and honesty, that sort of thing. All right, so the last question I always ask people, Chris, what advice would you give to the rest of us about how we could be the best employees for Goodwill?
Just be nice and accommodating to people that you meet. For the retail stores, be, again, accommodating for your clients, customers. For security, be nice to people, be as respectful as possible. Don't be rude when someone's trying to be rude to you. Just be respectful.
Yeah. It's easy when we get treated poorly. Our initial response is always to kind of give that back, mirror it back to them. But we have to rise above that. So appreciate that very much.
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's it for this week. Oh, a warning. The end of the month is coming up next Wednesday. That's our last day of January. I'm sure that February 1st is going to be sunny and probably in the 60s or 70s. That's what we're hoping for. So finish the month strong. Appreciate very much all the work that all of you do. And our mission is to help people overcome challenges to employment. So keep doing what you're doing. You're helping those people overcome challenges and giving them hope. Okay, thanks a lot. Chris, thanks for your time.
Thank you, sir.